everyone, now today I want to share with you the 3 easy mistakes that parents make that lead to their baby's early wake-up calls and what to do about it. I'm Lynette and I want you to know that getting your baby to sleep does not have to be complicated. So let's get started. Now, easy mistake number 1 is overlooking your little one's sleep environment. Now, okay, it really doesn't matter how Pinterest-worthy your little one's nursery might be. There are a few things that really do matter when it comes to better baby sleep. And the first thing is light. One of the best places to start is to create a dark room for your baby to sleep in. As bedtime approaches in the evening, your baby will start to experience a rise in the hormone called melatonin. And it's mostly released in the dark and is responsible for your baby falling asleep and staying asleep. So try to get your baby used to sleeping in a very dark room for most of their sleep as early on as possible. Even the smallest amount of light can be enough to wake your baby fully when he or she comes into a lighter sleep. And try and avoid using a night light. I know they're very popular, but they can be very stimulating for babies and highlight toys or other distractions in their room. Now, the other thing is temperature. Babies can be so particularly sensitive to temperature changes. And this can be a common reason for your baby waking up in the morning. It really could just be that they're a little bit cold. So having your baby swaddled in a baby swaddle or in a sleeping bag as they get a little bit older will keep them cozy all night long. A room temperature between 18 to 20 degrees Celsius is perfect for babies, especially when they're swaddled or in a baby sleeping bag. Now, associations are hugely important when it comes to a great night's sleep. So whether your little one sleeps in a Moses basket or a snooze spot or a cot or wherever it is, make an effort to settle them in that same space for their naps and nighttime sleep for at least 75 to 80% of the time. This is because the more they settle in that same space, the quicker they'll associate that environment with settling down and going to sleep. Now, easy mistake number 2 is changing your baby's bedtime to compensate. This is such a common and easy mistake to make. Most parents who have asked me to help them with their little one's early waking said that they've tried different ways of changing their baby's bedtime, but it's just not working. And this includes pushing their bedtime a little bit later, because of course they're hoping that their little bundle will have that much needed lie-in. Now, there is an explanation as to why putting your baby to bed later doesn't help them sleep in later, which I'll tell you all about in my upcoming live masterclass. I'll give you all those details in just a minute, but I promise you, you're not going to want to miss out on this one. It's going to be fun. Now, another thing at play here is hormones. And you should know that there's another one called cortisol, which has a huge impact on how well your baby sleeps. Cortisol levels naturally increase in the day and they are reduced when your baby naps. So in large doses, cortisol is similar to adrenaline or even caffeine in the way that it affects our bodies. So we don't want these levels to get too high in our babies. It's often the cause for hyperactivity, which is very common when babies are overtired. And high levels of cortisol also interferes with the release of that wonderful sleep hormone melatonin we looked at earlier. This means that your baby won't be getting the good sleep hormones they need to go into deep sleep overnight and also stay asleep during that early morning period. This is also why the answer, my friends, is not simply changing your little one's bedtime, but in how to reduce that cortisol level by paying closer attention just to their naps. Mistake number 3 that is so easy to make is rushing in to rescue. Now, when your baby cries, your natural response might be to jump in and rescue them. You might even believe that your baby is in distress or that crying is bad, but I want you to take a moment to pause. I really want you to ask yourself, are you tuning into what your baby needs, or are you reacting to your own emotions? Now, hear me out. I want to be very clear that stopping for a few seconds just to observe before responding to your baby's needs does not mean that you're letting them cry it out. You're just taking a second, taking a time to learn your baby's language. Now, in babies older than 6 months, an early waking habit may have formed, and rushing straight into your baby's room could send them the message that you're coming to get them up for the day. In this case, the chances of your baby protesting any resettling attempts are highly likely. For younger babies, though, it's not likely to be an early waking habit just yet. Often babies wake early as their natural body clock is still developing and maturing, and these periods are commonly known as regressions, and they are dreaded by many, many parents. But that is not going to be you. So come dive deeper into what we've looked at today by joining me in my live masterclass, where along with other juicy content, I'll be sharing with you the biggest secret about regressions that will change the way you look at them forever. Just head over to mumonmission.co.uk/masterclass to get all the details. It will be live, so you do not want to miss out. The other thing is that I'll also be answering your questions live. So just head over to mumonmission.co.uk/masterclass and you can sign up straight away for free. I cannot wait to see you there. Bye for now.